are going to discuss about the importance of education in Indian economic growth and development. So as you know, education is a very important role in everyone's life. Education play a very important role in everyone's life. So if you have education, if you have a skill, then it will lead to economic growth and development. So we will start my PPT with the quotations of Nelson Mandela. Education is a most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Education is a very important part of our life. So education is a most powerful weapon. When we have an education, it will also lead to economic growth and development. It is important weapon which we can use to change our lives. It also provide an opportunity to the persons. With the help of education, you can change your career, you can change your life. Yes, next. Now come to the first slide. What is education? Education is a tool that gives people information. When we are talking about the education is a tool. It gives us information. When you read any kind of books, when you are taking admissions in the university, you are reading the books, you are completing your syllabus. So with the help of education, it is a tool that gives us information. And second one, it also gives us knowledge. If you are completing your degree, after the degree you have a knowledge, you have a skills and you have a information, and after that you can get some kind of jobs. And then the ability to understand their rights. If you are an educated person, you have a education, you have a skills, then you are easily to understand the right toward your family. If you are a head of your family, what is your right toward your family? If you are a head of any institutions or any organization, what is your responsibility toward your organization? So toward your community and country. So if you are a social worker, if you are a human being, so what is your responsibility toward your society? So this is also a very important part of everyone's life. Then it is also broaden perspective of the word. Education is not a small word. It is a broaden concept which we can use to change the life of everyone's. So it develops the skills necessary to finding injustice. If you are an educated person, you can fight for the justice. If you have education, then it will also help you what is a wrong, what is a right in your family or in your society. And it is also right to violence, corruptions and a variety of other negative social aspects. So education is a broader perspective. It is a wider concept of the society. Education play a crucial role in Indian growth and development. If we talk about economic growth and development, it is also an important part. If you have a education, you have a skills, then you are able to get the job in the society. It will also contribute to the society with the help of GDP, gross domestic product. So with the gross domestic product, then you can lead to the society and it will also lead to the economic growth and development of the economy. A well-educated person will also help us to increase the development of the society, and education is also important role. Then come to the meaning. The word education is a derived from the Latin word. If we talk about the word, from which word word is a derived. So this word is a very important word which derived from the word Latin. So firstly, educare. There are three words which are derived from the Latin word. So number one is a educare. Educare means to bring up or to nourish. And then educere. Educere means to draw out and a manifest, to draw out the skills from the humanities, from the humans. And then educate. Educate means to lead out. If you have education, you have a skill, then you lead out the society. You are a head of your family, you can also become a head of your organizations or a society. And then educatum. Educatum means to act of teaching or instruct. Means if you have a skills, you have a confidence, then you can give some instructions to the society. So this is all about the meaning of educations. If we talk about the meaning of education in the word of Hindi, Hindi is also a very important word, and this word is come from the Shiksha. Shiksha originated from the Sanskriti word. If we talk about the educere, educare and the educatum word, that word is Latin, derived from the Latin word. When we are talking about the word education or a shiksha, that is word which is taken from the Sanskriti. Sanskriti, that means shash. Shash denote to the ability to lead. If you are a educated, you are a seer of your class. If you are a seer of your class, then you have ability to lead your class. You can also provide some instructions about the attendance of your class. 75% it is mandatory to the sit in the class. Then discipline, then you have a rules, and you can also lead to the society as well as the class. In the conventional definition, education refer to regulating or discipline. It will also give the discipline to the society, and it will also provide some kind of regulate to the society and to the person behavior. And education is that part of the society which can change your behavior. Without education or without knowledge, you are not confident. You are not able to give instructions to the society. If you have an education, then you can change the world of the society, and you can also give some instructions to the students. So you also have some kind of skills and some kind of ability. Then if we talk about the views of educations, we have a different views of educations. So number one, we have a Indian views as well as the Western views. If we talk about the Indian views, education means training for the country. Education means training. Training means when we are getting a formal education. Formal education means you are taking admissions in the university or any other institutions, and in the institution you have to complete your syllabus, complete your curriculum. So that means education means a training for a country and love for the nations. If you have completed your degree, after that you will get a job, so everybody loves you. So love for the nation. So this is a very famous quotations or views by the Kautilya. And next one is, by education I mean an all around drawing. Education is also a all round development of the society. With the education, firstly you can get some skills about the read and writing skills, speaking skills, and after that you can apply these skills in the society. So this is a all round development. And education is a harmonious process. It will also help your physical body. It will also help to develop the mental status of the society. It will also develop your societal views. So it is a harmonious process. It is not a one-way process. It is a wider concept. It is a broadened view or perspective of the society. All round of the best in child and man's body and mind and spirit. Okay, what is your best in your body as well as the spirit of the man. Then come to the Western views of education. If we talk about the Western views of education, education develop in the body. When we are taking admissions in the university or in the school or in the college level, education develops in the body. In the previous year, in the first semester, you are taking some kind of skills, but now you have a skills, or after that you are getting some kind of skills. As well as soul of the pupil, all beauty and all the perfection, he is a capable. If you are capable for doing the things, how you doing the things? With the help of educations, or education means knowledge. If you have a skill, if you have a knowledge, then you can change the world. And then education is the development of good moral character. With the help of education, you can also improve your moral character as well as the societal aspect. We have already discussed in the previous slides that with the help of educations, we can develop the moral behavior, social character as well as the physical character of the people. So this is all about the views. Now come to the key indicators of educations in India. Number one, that is a literacy. When we are talking about the economic growth and development concept, with the help of education, when you are getting any kind of jobs, when you are getting any kinds of money with the help of job, then you are able to develop your quality of life. And then first number one is a literacy rate. Literacy rate means when you are able to read and write the skills. Then according to the survey 2011, the overall literacy rate in India is 74%. But India is increasing day by day literacy rate. Now we are improving the literacy rate. So there has been significant progress in improving literacy rate, but there is a still gender gap. If we are talking about the literacy rate, or if we are talking about the gender gap, still there is a gender gap between the male and female. There are many factors which affect the gender gap. If we talk about the rural area, still they are facing the problem of transportations. Still they are facing the problem of lack of resources. They don't have education institutions, or they are not able to move from one place to another place. So if we talk about with the female literacy rate is a 65% as compared to the male literacy rate is 82%. So still there is a gender gap, but literacy rate is a big indicators of educations. Now the government has initiated many schemes. We all are aware about the midday meal scheme. Why the government is providing a midday meal scheme to the school children? Because in the indirect way they just want to improve the enrollment ratio in the schools. So then, according to the World Bank data 2022, the Indian literacy rate is 76%. But now we are improving as compared to the previous time. Number 2 is an excess of education. If we talk about the excess of education, excess means that you have a money, you are able to access the educations, you are able to give the fees, school fees as well as college or university fees. Then while efforts have been made to improve excess of educations, if you are able to give your school fees, you are easily access that educations. Excess means if you have a per capita income, then there is a still challenge in reaching remote area, but now still we are facing the challenges in the remote area. In that means there is a lack of some kind of transportation facility. We have already discussed about the rural area and the urban area. Still there is a facing the challenges of gender disparities. So still there is a still challenge in reaching remote areas and marginalized communities. According to the National Sample Survey 2017 to 18, around 2.4% of children the age group of 6 to 17 out of schools. Still the people is facing the challenges of the gender disparity, or some people they are not easily access the educations in the rural area. Maybe a lack of resources, maybe a lack of money, maybe a lack of transportations, maybe a lack of resources. There are many challenges which still they are facing in the rural as well as the urban area. Then come to the next indicators of the education. Quality of educations. We are talking about educations, we are talking about the excess of educations, but quality of education is a very important for the society. Okay, if you are doing any kind of degree, it should be based on quality. Quality, when we are talking about the quality, that means skill. Your education should be based on skill. When we are talking about the quality, quality means that if you are completing any kind of degree, it should be based on quality, it should be based on skill, because now we are taking the job on the skill based job. Number 3 is the quality of education is a very important indicator. Ensuring quality education for all remain a challenges in India. If we talk about the education report scenario of 2019, it showed that only 44.2% of children grade 5 can read the grade 2 level textbook. It is based on the quality. Okay, in the way they are able to get that kind of educations. If you are taking any kind of degree, it should be based on the skill, and are you able to apply that knowledge in the market or knowledge in the society. So the report also highlighted the need for focus of foundation skills. Okay, we will work on the foundation skills. Government is also providing some kind of initiative for the society. Okay, we can start some foundation programs. If the students are not able to speak English properly, then we can start the English speaking course for the students. So it should be based on the society. It should be based on the foundation skills. Then the last indicator of the education is a government initiative. If we talk about the government has implemented various initiatives to improve education. The government is also providing some kind of initiative to improve the education in the society. We can take the example of Right to Education Act. In 2009, the government has implemented one act. It is a compulsory education for all the students from grade 1 to 8th. It is a compulsory education. He has already provided the rights for the school children by they are giving some kind of initiative, because in the actual way they want to increase the enrollment in the society. If we talk about the Sarv Shiksha Abhiman or a midday meal scheme, why the government is providing some kind of meals to the children? Because in the actual term they want to increase the enrollment ratios. Government is also providing some kind of initiative to the government as well as the quality of education. These programs aim to provide a free and compulsory educations. We have already discussed that Act 2009 has, according to Act 2009, it is a compulsory and free educations to all the grade students from 1st to 8th. Then improve infrastructure, and government is also spending some money on infrastructure. If the infrastructure is better, then the quality of education will be better. And then also providing some kind of enhanced learning outcome. Learning outcome means that if the government is initiated some kind of foundation skills, suppose the government is providing some English speaking course, then it will help to improve the English outcome of the students. You are good in English and you will be a good or better in English speaking. So these kind of initiated by the government of India. Then the current status of education in India. We have already discussed about the indicators of the educations in India, and now come to the current status. If we talk about the current status of education in India, in term both size and diversity, when we talk about the status, we are talking about the size. Okay, what is actually the enrollment ratio of male and female? And then India higher education system ranked 3rd globally while it broadcasts the greatest number of education institutions. If we talk about the rank of the educational system in India, so now India ranked 3rd in the global term in the education system in India. Means that we have improved. As the earlier time, in the previous time we were not able to access the education, but now we are able to access the educations, and we are also providing some quality of education. So India ranked 3rd in the global education system. After independence, higher education in India saw tremendous expansions. If we talk about the independence period, before independence we were not able to access the educations, but now we have access the educations, and we are also working on quality of education, increase the number of school and colleges, because government has already initiated many schemes to expand the educations in India. Then education sector in India is estimated 91.7 billion with the second largest market. If we talk about the e-market system, in the previous time or in the before independence there were no e-learning system. But now after COVID-19 we are easily access the online informations. We are using the e-platforms. Now we can easily access the e-libraries. But in the previous time we would just go to the library and took some knowledge. But now there are many libraries which are available on the e-platform. Then the e-learning system has the largest in the second. So India is the second largest rank in the e-learning platform. The number of schools, for example, increased. The number of school has increased. If we talk about the colleges, university, we have increased in the education system over the years of the time period. And then similarly, the number of university and colleges has also increased. During the time of independence, before and after independence, the total number of university like institutions which they are already registered, and that is the number of colleges has been increased the size, and during 2020-21 survey the number of university has increased by 70%. India is improving in their educations, and it is also working on quality of education. The number of universities, the number of colleges has increased. So according to the Ministry Survey 2021. Then Now we are divided the current status of education system into the different ways. Number one is the education level. Introduced by 68th Amendment to the Constitutions in 2002, Article 21A ensure that everyone has access free and compulsory educations. We have already discussed the right of free and compulsory educations according to the 2009. According to 2009 Act, everyone can easily access free and compulsory education. There will be no charges of any kind of fees, and put this into a law by requiring all ages the grade 1 to 8th. So if the student is grade this under this 1 to 8, so it is a free and compulsory education for all the students in the school. And the gross enrollment ratio of higher education for male percent is 26%. If we are talking about the female population, the number of working population is at 26% according to the latest data World Bank indicators. Second is a excess of educations. We have already this point in the indicators that excess of education means when you are easily access the education. When you have a money, then you can take that kind of educations. Then while there has been a significant progress, we are progressing. We are increasing in the term of excess of education. Access to education is still limited in the rural and unprivileged areas. There are few areas which are not easily access the education. We have already discussed about the remote areas. In the remote areas, we are using the e-learning platform, but still we are facing the challenges of access educations. If we check the current status of education in India, in the rural areas, still there is a lack of educations. There are many factors which affect the access of educations, and it will also affect on the overall economic growth and development. If they are not educated, if they are not able to provide educations to their children, so that will not contribute to the economic growth and development. Only 64% of girls age 15 to 17 residing in the rural India attend school. If we talk about the rural India data, only 64% girls who are attending the school. But if we talk about the urban area, there is a 79% girls who are attending the school. So there is a still gender gap. So there are many reasons behind this. There is a lack of resources. We have already discussed the point, lack of transportation. Sometime if their parents don't have any kind of job, so they are not easily access the education for the girls. Sometime they have already set their mentality that they don't want to school for the education. Next. So now come to the role of education in economic growth. This is a very important point for the educations. If you are educated, if you have a education, you have a skill, you have a knowledge, so what is the role of education in economic growth? Number one, that is a innovation. Education fosters innovations by promoting critical thinking. If you are educated, you are getting any kind of knowledge during your institutions, during your organizations, or during your course, you have a critical thinking. If you want to sell any kind of product in the market, suppose I want to sell a new mobile phone in the market. So if you want to add some kind of innovations, so everybody wants to buy that product. So it is also giving some critical thinking. Then second is a problem solving environment. If you have a ability to solve the problem, how you solve that problem? If you have education, if you have a knowledge, then you can easily solve that problem. And then creativity also come with the help of education. So well educated individuals are more likely to come up with new ideas. If you have a skills, you are reading the books, you are habitual of reading the books, then you can come with the new ideas. That new ideas is known as innovations. That is a creativity. Then inventions and technology that drive economic growth and development. If you are adding some new ideas in your product and after that you implement your product in the market, that will also economic growth and development. Number two is a human capital. We are investing in educations. We are investing in human capitals. So skills and educated workforce, diverse economic progress and development. Humans are very important role in the society. So through increased productivity, if you have a educations, if you have a skills and you can do work with the help of productivity, then it will also increase your productivity, it will also increase your efficiency. Suppose I am giving you some work and you are able to do that work, means you are efficient. If your work is a good and you are able to differentiate what is a wrong and what right, that is effectiveness. You can do that work with effectively. And then is a employability, and education's quality of education enhance employability, reducing the unemployment in the market. If you have a skill, you have a knowledge, you have a efficiency, then you can easily get that kind of knowledge, that kind of jobs in the society. If you are doing any kind of work in the organizations, that means your chance will be higher. And number two is a different scenario of quality of education. If you have a skill, suppose I am giving just one example, there are 4 to 5 candidates who are giving their interview for the job. So those persons who have a skills, then everybody wants to hire. So it will also enhance the employability and reduce the chances of that. And then is a job creations. Education play a crucial role for job creations by providing individuals. With the help of educations, you can start your new business. You can develop your ideas. If you are able to start your business, then you can create more jobs in the society. And then with the necessary skills and knowledge, a well-educated workforce attract more business. If you have an educated person, then you will attract more people. And if you have a skills, you have ability, then everyone will attracted by you. So a well-educated workforce attract more business investment. If you have a good businessman, then everybody wants to invest their money in your business, because everybody know he or she is a good in a business. So that means it also leading to the job opportunity. You are also providing some job opportunity to those people who are willing to do job in the market, and it will also lead the economic growth and development. Then the last point is productivity. Education enhance productivity by improving the skills. You can also improve your productivity by improving the skills, by gaining the knowledge, by gaining the ability of the individual and making them efficient and effectiveness in their work. If you have a skills, you are an educated person, then it will also improve the efficiency and the effectiveness of that person. Higher level of education are associated with higher productivity. If you have a higher education, suppose somebody is getting any kind of degree for the bachelor's, but they have a small skill as compared to the master or a PhD level. So if you have a higher level of education are associated with the higher level of productivity, leading to increased economic growth and development. Importance of quality education. We are taking about this word again and again, and we are focusing on the quality educations. Okay, what is the importance of quality education? Empowerment. If you have a skills, suppose we can take the example of the two person A and B. A person has a education, skill or a quality education, and second person has ability to read and write. So for A person, everybody wants to hire A person. And if you have a quality of education, you have a quality of knowledge, then it will empower you. So quality education empower individuals with knowledge. How you empower yourself? We can say one word in every time, that your inner beauty will empower you. If you have a kind-hearted person, doesn't matter where are you from, who are you, but if you have a beautiful heart, then you are the most beautiful person of the world. So empowerment. So quality of education will empower you. How you empower? With the help of knowledge, critical thinking, skill, confidence, and pursue their aspirations and contribute meaningful to the society. So government is also providing some kind of facility to the women's, how they empowers. They are also providing some kind of financial help, they can start their own business in the society. So number one is a quality of education will empower you with the skill, with the critical thinking, and with the problem solving ability. Number two, social development. If we talk about the importance, why we are talking about the quality of education, It will also social development of the society. It fosters social development by promoting the value of tolerance. कि how you behave with your teachers, what is your behavior with your parents. We are always talking about the moral values. कि what is the behavior of the students toward their parents. कि how you behave your parents. Are you wishing to your teachers कि good morning ma'am. So this is also a behavior. This is also a social development. If you are wishing your teachers or your parents, that means you are an educated person of the society. And this will also develop your social aspect. Mental aspect is also taught by the educations as well as the social development. And then ethical behavior among the learner. We have already discussed this point in the first slide that if you are educated, then you can easily differentiate between the wrong and the right. That this thing is a wrong and this is a right. So education will help you to able to understand the social development concept. Number 3 is a nation building. Students are the nation builders. You all are the nation builder of the society. So quality education is a foundation for building nations. So why we are taking admissions in the university and colleges, why we are taking a studies, why we are taking a courses? Because we want to work the nations. So with the help of educations, with the help of skills, with the help of ability, you can learn many things. If you have an education, then you can change the world. We have already discussed the Nelson Mandela thought that if you are an educated person, education is a weapon which you can change your life. So with the help of education, you can change your life. You can create one new nations. You can create some new ideas. And with the new ideas, you can establish your business. If you are able to establish your business, then you can create more job opportunity for the society. But when you can do these kind of things, when you have a quality of education. If you have quality of education is means when you have a skill, you have a knowledge, you have a ability, you have a efficiency. So that means you have a quality of education. Then challenges in the Indian education system. We have already discussed about the importance of educations, role of education. So now we are going to discuss about the challenges. Okay, what kind of challenges we are facing in the Indian education system. There are many challenges which we are facing in the Indian education system. Number 1 is the excess of educations. We have already discussed this point many times. Okay, we have increased the scenario, but still there is a gap between the rural and the urban area. In the rural area, still they are not able to access the education. Why? There are many factors which affect lack of resources, lack of transportations, lack of money. Some there people have already sent their mentality, say we don't want to send our children to go to the school. Then issue related to unequal access. Okay, still there is a gender gap between the male and female. Okay, female education is a more important than male. No, there is a equality. There should be equality. So excess of equality and uneven quality of education across different, and quality of education is a very big challenges for the society. If you are giving educations to their children, it should be based on practical manners. Quality of education means that if you are getting skill of any kind of knowledge, then you are able to use your skill in the market. You are able to applicable your knowledge in the market. And number 2 is a learning outcome. Challenges in ensuring that education leads to meaningful and measurable learning outcome for the student. This is also a major challenges for the society. Challenges in ensuring that education leads to a meaningful. It is a meaningful education. If you are getting any kind of knowledge about any concept, it should be a meaningful. It should be a measurable. Okay, if you are getting knowledge about any educational concept, it is a measurable. Measurable means that if you are doing any kind of job, it will be a lead to economic growth and development. So it should be a measurable concept. Learning outcome for all the students. Suppose I am talking about a education system. After this class, you are able to improve the education system. After this class, you are able to do any kind of initiatives to improve the education system. That is a learning outcome of the society. Still, we are lacking of this kind of challenges. We are facing this kind of challenges कि we have a lack of education system. Number 3 is our infrastructures. We have already discussed this point many times कि we have still a face of problem of infrastructures. So deficiency in educational infrastructure including classrooms. In the rural area, we are facing some problem of classroom learnings, and then we are lacking of libraries. Still, we don't have a library systems. In the previous time, we were using a library systems in the manual way, but now we have a excess of online learnings. And then the sanitation facilities. If still we are facing this sanitation facility in the rural area, sometimes we are also facing this problem in the urban area. Okay, we have a lack of sanitation systems, we have a lack of sanitation facility in the areas. Then government initiative to improve education. Number 1 is policy reforms. We have already discussed many times that government is initiated by to improve the education. Number 1, that is a policy reform. We have already discussed about the Act 2009. According to government, he is also providing some kind of act or some kind of provisions for the student. It is a compulsory and free education for the students. Then implementing policy reforms to enhance the quality of education and increase education resource of the access. So firstly, government is also initiated by the many policy reforms to enhance the quality of education. कि if you are getting any kind of education, it should be based on quality. And number 2 is a increase education resources. कि in the previous time we were not talking about the e-learning, e-resources, but now we can easily access e-library on the internet. We are using a e-learning points. Number 2 is a infrastructure development. Government has sent many more money on the infrastructures. They have already spent much money to the infrastructure, investing in building. Government is also investing in the building system for the infrastructure and upgrading educational infrastructures. Okay, how we upgrade the systems? Now we are using a internets. Now we are using a laptop systems in the classrooms. Now we are using a projectors. So the government is spending more money on the infrastructures, and this is also ensure for the better facility for the students. Now you have easily access the better facility for educations for the students. You can also easily access of sanitations, easily access of drinking water. So number 3 is a scholarship and sports. For the government initiative, and government is also take some initiative for the scholarships. Okay, if you have a good score in +2 class or any other graduations or a degree, then you can get some kind of financial scholarships. So providing financial aids in sport program to enhance access to education and reduce dropout the rates. Okay, if government is providing some kind of financial scholarships to their students, then the drop down will be low. Means the enrollment ratio of the students will also increase. Then now come to the last one is the role of technology in education. Now we are using our technology. We are accessing technology. Everyone is using a technology in the society. So first is a role of technology in education, enhancing learning. If we are using a technology, it will enhance our learning. So technology enable personalized and interactive learning experience. Now we are using a mobile phone. In the previous time, we were not able to access the mobile phone, internet or laptop. Now we can use our laptops, we can use a mobile. If you want to take any kind of video, you can just click on the YouTube and take some kind of knowledge about the topic. And then we are also using a ChatGPT. This is a very famous AI tool. Now we are using a AI tool. If you just want to get any kind of information, you just type the words and get some information about that topic. This is also a use of technology. And then catering to diverse learning styles. Okay, we are also taking some kind of styles. Okay, how you take this kind of learning. and then is a need of students, and this is also a very important need of the students. And number 2, access to resources. We have already given many examples to access of resources. In the previous time you were not able to access e-library on the internet, but now you can easily access. If you want to take any information about the research work of the previous authors, you just click on Google Scholar. You can easily access the information about the research paper. If you just want to take any kind of library, any kind of books, you can easily take books on the e-contents or the e-library. Now everything is available on internet. And then how to access that information? It facilitates access to a wide range of education resources, including e-books. You can easily take e-books on internet. Then online tutorials. I have already given the example of YouTubes. Okay, if you just want to take any kind of knowledge, you just click on the YouTube, you can get the information about the online systems, and also get a virtual libraries. Virtual libraries means that the government has already given some kind of links. The UGC has already provided some kind of links where you want to log in it and access and then get information about the topics. And then next point is educational equality. This is also a very important point. Technology can bridge the educational divide by providing access to quality even in the remote area. We have already discussed about the challenges of education. Challenges of education means that we are facing, still there is a gender gap. Still we are facing a gender gap in the rural area as well as the urban area. So still we are equality education. Technology can bridge the gap. In the remote area, we are not able to go there and access the educations and provide educations to the children. But through the technology, through the e-learning platform, we can provide the educations to the students. So this is the role of technology in education. Impact of education on social development. So we have already discussed about the social development of the society. With the help of education, development is also very important. So number 1 is equality and empowerment. If you have an education, then you can develop the society. If you have education, then you can contribute to the society. And education promotes gender equality and empower individuals, leading to inclusive and just society. So it will also empower the society. It will also help to equality. If you are a head of your family, then you can easily take the decision about the education. But if the head is educated, then they can take the decision equality. They can take the decisions equally. And then community development. We have already discussed this point in the social development. It also contributes to the overall development of communities. If you are educated, then you can easily contribute to the society. It will also develop the social aspect of the society, and it also contribute to the overall development of communities, fostering social cohesion and the collective well-being. I have already given the example many times that if you are educated, you can get job easily. If you have a job, then you can easily get the money. If you have a money, then you can easily improve your living standards, improve your quality of lives. So with the help of money, you can improve, you can also contribute to the society. So education is a very important part for everyone's life. Then is a global citizens. Then education cultivates a sense of global citizenship. If you are taking any kind of degree in the university, so we have a different students. So we can interact with that students and we can also get some information from that person, because education is a continuous process, transforming of knowledge, transforming learning. Teacher is also learn to something from the student, and students are also learning some topics from the students. So this is an interchange process. It is a learning process. Creating responsibility. If you are educated, then it will also create some kind of responsibility among the citizens. Then informed, last slide please, informed individuals who contribute to the global peace and cooperations. If you have a education, then you will help to increase the cooperations and contribute to the global peace and cooperation. So education is a very important role for the social development, physical development and the moral development of the society, and this will help to control the economy. This is the last slide, I think. Conclusion and call to actions. Literacy rate growth. Okay, what we have to done for the educational system, and this is a very important. Literacy rate growth. India has made a substantial progress in increasing the literacy rate. We have already done with the literacy rate that if you are able to read and write these skills, you are educated. So we have to do some kind of initiative to increase the literacy rate. Government has already done some kind of initiative, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, midday meal schemes, 2019 Act. Then emphasis to the need for continuous efforts to better the education. So this is a emphasis the need for continuous efforts. We have to do some kind of efforts to improve the educations. How we improve the education with the society? The government has already given the compulsory, free and compulsory education for the student. Midday meal scheme. Why they are providing some kind of meals to the students? In the indirect way, they just want to improve the ratio in the schools. Then education budget increase. Budget is also very important. Budget means how much money the government is spent on education. The government commitments to increase the education budget by 50%. We have to call for the 50% budget on education. We have to spend some money on education. The government commitment to increase the education budget by 50%, we have to spend 50% money on the education system and reflect to the prioritizations of the education in the Indian development. If we are spending much more money on the education, it will also help to increase the enrollment ratio. And the last one is a school enrollment. It is also a significant point of the society. Significant reduction in the percentage of out of school children. Why the student is not going for the school? Maybe lack of resources, maybe lack of transportation. So government is providing some kind of initiative to improve the education. With the 30% increase in school enrollment ratio due to the target invention. Now government has already set their targets, how they improve their education. So we have to increase 30% by increasing the target of the society. So we have to improve our education. So still we are facing, but we have to do something for the education systems. So government is also providing some kind of schemes, providing some kind of initiative for the improvement of the society and improvement of the education. And it is also working for the quality educations. Students have some kind of skills. They have some kind of practical knowledge also, or they are also focusing on the practical knowledge. And last, we have finished. Education is one thing no one can take away from you. So education is that thing which no one can take from you. Means with the help of education, you can change your careers, you can change your skills, you can change your behavior, and you can change the society. So education is a skill, it is a knowledge, it is an ability. So with the help of that education, you can change the society. So with the help of educations, you are able to sit in the interview. With the educations, you are able to get some kind of jobs. If you have a skill, then you can get a jobs. If you have a jobs, then you can increase your income. If you have an income, then you can develop your quality of life. So education means no one can take from you. So education is a very important role for the society. So without educations, we are not able to do the economic activities. So if you have education, if you have a skills, then you can get the job. So with that job, you can develop the society. So thank you very much.